You're tuned into the New Old Heads podcast, premiered every Thursday at noon at bringingdowntheband.com and brought to you by No Bad Ideas, Coleman Dental, Printfinity, and Indie CD and Vinyl. Support the New Old Heads by visiting our Patreon at patreon.com/newoldheads.
Episode 172 of the New Old Heads podcast. I am Lonegevity, and welcome to the show, I guess. Welcome to the show.
Indeed.
Maja 7th is not going to sit in today, but he is sitting off camera. He's got some eye flow issues or something.
Eye jammy.
You call it eye jammy.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's out here.
Yeah. So, so across the table from me today, filling in for Maja 7th, is former radio personality, master of ceremonies, and voice of Indianapolis, Jay Moore. How you doing, man?
Doing all right. It's been a good week, you know.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy, but
What's so crazy about it?
I mean, just the world is crazy. It's almost a thing where you pay attention to what's going on around you, and just in the world, it's always crazy.
It's a mad world.
Yeah, it is.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Kill the world.
Yeah. Next to Jay Moore, we have DJ Spoolz in the place. He is the CEO of his own life, an avid Chicago sports fanatic, and he's incomparable, of course, as we all know. And also, you know, he's doing lots of, you know, progressive things within his life, you know. So,
hello, Sean.
how you doing, man?
Doing well. Yourself?
I'm doing, you know.
Yeah.
I'm here, you know, on the microphone talking.
Yeah, man, you're doing a good job so far.
Thanks.
Keep it up.
This is only like the 5th time we started over, so you know.
No, man.
It's all good.
So yeah, across from DJ Spoolz, we have DJ Jay Diff, DJ as well, CEO of Printfinity.
Chill, man. Chill.
Sorry, my bad. And longtime contributor to bringingdowntheband.com. Jay Diff, how you doing, man?
Salutations. I'm doing all right, man.
All right.
Yeah. How's your new job suiting you right now?
Nah, it fucking sucks, man. I hate this shit.
You don't like it?
It ain't fun, man.
MC.
MC.
What's the difference between rapping, MCing, and actually MCing the show?
Well, when rap, you get to rap.
Oh.
And
You
when
get
you
to talk your shit.
When you MC, you get to command a crowd. And when you command a crowd with this type of microphone, you get to command an audience. All right. In a sense. And
Okay.
give back to in the same sense. But you know.
Stay woke.
You know.
That's a bar.
Eyeballs. So yeah.
Eye jammies.
Anything else going on before we jump into what we going to talk about today?
Water is wet.
Uh-oh. We got
As always.
That's true.
more conspiracy theories.
Yeah, man. So
Oh, did anybody look at the Oscars?
I watched some of it. Yeah, I did.
You know, and everyone was just so through the moon with Eminem coming back on, but I'm like, he didn't even do a good job at his lip syncing. Did anybody else notice that?
I didn't see that part. Like,
Yeah.
I started watching it late.
And I know we're known for our Eminem hate on this show, so we're just starting it off early.
Be careful.
But
People know this.
it was just, and don't get me wrong, Lose Yourself is one of the Eminem songs I really like, and he won an Oscar for that like 18 years ago, but he didn't show up, and it was just some random dude in a Pistons jersey went up there and accepted the award for him. But when I saw him perform it, when I've seen him do a lot of his TV performances, I was like, he's lip syncing, like with it's a live band, but he's in a orchestra, but he's lip syncing for some reason. And considering this is one of his most
Safe.
popular songs,
It's safe, man.
He has lip syncing tracks at his shows too.
yeah,
I've been to a couple Eminem shows, and he's lip sync songs.
I saw him on Saturday Night Live. I'm like, is he lip syncing?
Yep.
Yeah, so
Bitch, I might be.
I mean, okay.
Remember when everybody lit up Milli Vanilli for that?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah.
True.
they was like Lance and Bass. I don't know what the fuck were their names.
Well, Robin Fab.
Robin Fab.
And the thing is, I can't even lie. Like, I remember my sister had the Milli Vanilli tape. And
You probably used to do the Running Man real hard to Milli
oh
Vanilli.
man,
didn't you?
let me tell you something. I'm not even going to sit here and lie to y'all. Blame
that
It on the
song?
Rain
Blame It
is
on the
still
Rain.
an incredible
Yeah,
song.
it is.
But you know, it was
Whatever
like,
you do, though, don't put the blame on you.
yeah, just blame it on the rain.
Blame it on the rain.
You know, but
Because water is wet.
You know, Terry.
there we go. That's
just
how you
blame
bring it
on the
full
rain.
circle.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grow some thin ass dreads and put on some
Whatever
biker
you do.
shorts.
Don't do that, man.
I feel like you have a thick head of hair.
Baby.
Shout out to thin ass dreads.
Thin ass dreads and biker shorts.
And the thing is, they were singing all
A lot of,
great,
like
but
neon colors.
they'd be interviewed and could barely speak English.
Yeah.
And I just remember they're like, please don't let us win the Grammy. Please.
That's a
please
different
don't let us
type of
win
lip
the Grammy."
syncing. Because I remember like they tried to get Whitney for that though.
For what?
For lip syncing the national anthem at the Super Bowl one year.
Oh yeah.
Like,
but one of the
so what?
most well known
Now it's like, so what? Like everybody does it. Right?
TV performances ever when Michael Jackson did Motown 25. You know,
Moonwalked on that
when he
ass.
did Billie Jean, that was him lip syncing. Now when it was all the brothers together, they actually did sing, but when it was time for him to do that particular spot, he lip synced. So it's not like it's for performances, especially on TV, it's not a big deal.
Yeah,
but
American
it's just,
Bandstand and videos, not video soul, but Soul Train.
Soul Train, you had no
Those
choice.
are always lip sync tracks.
But I do have a little bit of a different thing when I feel like, why are rappers lip syncing? Especially if you're supposed to be the GOAT MC. Like, why is your mic not on?
Well,
Because his palms were sweaty.
Oh, yeah.
Arms heavy.
his knees were weak. Something about spaghetti.
His mom's spaghetti.
Like, I remember seeing
He's
Jay-Z
nervous.
do a show and like the guy put on his song without with the vocal track.
Yeah.
He
He's
made him
like,
cut it off.
He was
yeah.
like, you don't have the instrumental?
You know, the only thing that I could say to that is maybe, depending on the stadium, maybe there's a ridiculous amount of latency with stuff echoing. That would be the only thing I could think of. But otherwise,
Billie Eilish.
Yeah,
she
everybody else
her shit.
sang live.
I think Prince, he didn't lip sync at his Super Bowl.
No, he
Performance.
didn't. No, that was all Prince.
yeah, I don't know.
It's interesting.
I'm not with it personally, but
I'm always like, look, if you're an MC, like, you know, of course, you know, we've talked about rapping over your own vocals before and how none of us like that.
Correct.
It's like, look, have your hype man. If you drop a few words, make sure he knows the whole song.
yeah, get a friend, have him get on stage with you. And do your stuff with you.
That's been a thing that's happened in hip hop for a long time. So
If I wanted to listen
I'd
to
say
your
for
ad libs,
forever.
you know.
yeah,
Since rapping.
shout out to the Too Big MC.
Hey,
All right.
shout out to Split. What's his name? Split Star.
Best
Yeah.
hype man.
Best
ever.
hype man ever.
Yep.
Does that have Busta Rhymes?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Flip Mode Squad?
Flip Mode is the squad.
Yeah.
What about that dude that I think it was in the group Smash Mouth that used to just run around and jump on stage?
I'm at the YouTube.
Kid Rock?
I'm totally
now.
joking.
I'm not here,
Yeah.
man.
Kid
I'm
Rock,
not-
right?
what was it? He looked like a little kid, but he was a grown man.
That was Kid Rock.
That was Kid Rock's guy.
Little-
Rest in
little
peace to
friend.
him.
Oh, yeah,
That's,
he's dead.
What was that guy's name? Joe, right?
Little
I don't
Joe.
even know, man.
I don't know.
Yeah. So what about
Bob.
Flavor Flav?
Flavor
There you go.
Flav. Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of hype men.
Flavor Flav. It was always funny that he was the Public Enemy hype man because it seemed like the rest of them had their shit together,
Yeah.
and the dude that probably can't get right in all situations is the one hyping everything.
It's crazy.
up.
He's a good musician too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows how to play something like 12 or 13 instruments well.
Yeah.
Very talented. Yeah.
Yeah, Mike
sure.
and
Can't
Mike
rap though.
well,
Yeah.
I can't do nothing for you, man. 911 is a joke. He had a couple of joints.
Yeah. Wasn't he on did he rap on Night of the Living Bassheads?
I don't.
No.
He just
No.
did ad libs.
Ad-libs, yeah.
Yeah.
They had actual bass heads in that video.
Let me be
I
cool
heard,
talking
too.
about Flavor Flav before the heads tell me that I'm not really into hip hop because I didn't say something about Flavor Flav.
Well, okay. Mike and I actually sampled Flavor Flav playing piano in a. What was that at? It was like in a store or something, right?
I think he was in I don't know, like Guitar Center or something like that.
Yeah, we sampled him for Section Leaders. It's
The,
actually,
the chords was cold though.
yeah.
Nice.
Chords was cold.
Was this in an episode of Flavor Love?
Don't do that.
No, I don't think so.
When he
It looked like he was at a Sam Ash.
that show he's hanging out with Brigitte Nielsen.
That was his girl for a minute.
Was it?
Yeah.
Definitely.
That was all for the TV.
He was eating her butt.
Well,
Man. Well, there goes another section of supporters there.
all right.
He was eating her butt.
Well, on that note,
Yeah,
let's transition into some hip hop news.
Hey, I'm just saying.
So I think it was Friday or Saturday. night at like 3 a.m, where Jay Electronica tweeted out that his album was done.
Mm-hmm.
And he worked on it for 40 days and 40 nights from December 26th, and that it's going to drop sometime in mid-March. So
I'll believe it when I see it.
that's what I said.
I mean, and the thing is, I want to hear it, but I remember Just Blaze sitting down with the Breakfast Club saying that he had Jay Electronica's album in his phone. So
Says an old one.
You know, what about, what's that album? Somebody's lying. I don't know.
You know what? Or maybe what it is maybe he just got tired of that album, and maybe he wanted to make something new.
There are people who do that, who just go ahead and re-record all new material. Because that interview was 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah. Makes you kind of wonder how much material he has, I guess. But
or what he's been doing this entire time.
Yeah.
Because I guess because I have enough friends who are creatives and who have, you know, shout out to my man, Mr. Kinetic. Here's somebody who's, a teacher and an administrator in high school, and he still finds the time to make music and release it.
Right.
And it's like, and that's not even his main job. And when making music is your only job and you can't find the time to make something, I'm like, what is
it even really his job though? I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you guys excited or not? Or what do you guys feel?
Like, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's,
if it's real, it's hard for me to believe it's real.
I think it's going to come out. And I mean, Jay's never said he was going to put something out before. I mean, he's always talked about putting out a project, but never like put a date on it or said anything this specific. So yeah, I think it's going to be good as well. I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah.
So, not trying to hype myself up too much, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
What you think?
Cool. All right, so this is where I'm
What the fuck was that about, man?
What?
Just cool.
I didn't quite say it like that, but
I don't know, but this
it's a cool idea, you know.
Go ahead, man.
Really, the Jay Electronica thing, this is what has me is he's been dropping this album for, how long has he been signed to Rock Nation?
10 years.
10 years. Okay, so Drake has been on top of his game for 10 years, whether you like him or not. They both came out around the same time, and Jay gave you some snippets or some glimmers of hope, of leading hip hop into the next decade, and he kind of dropped the ball on that. But he
No, he dropped the ball.
He did.
Yep.
I can't say that I'm excited about him dropping a project, man. Like, for you to come out and say you just start recording your album on December 26th of 2019, and you had all these years that you just let fly by, and you dropped a couple little tracks here and there that really didn't catch
Shiny
wind.
Suit
I think it was like
he did shows too.
I mean,
Yeah.
okay. Well, MC Hammer still tours.
Ooh.
Wow.
I don't
cool.
know what that means or whatever.
I'm just
but
saying
yeah.
that's doing shows.
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick actually dropped a couple bars on him on the Untitled album, because I think he actually had said something slick to him, if I'm not mistaken.
He did. Jay Electronica had some funny style stuff to say about Kendrick, and I'm like, Kendrick's putting out records.
Yeah, he's putting out records. He's putting out shit that's going into Smithsonian. It's
Yeah.
one of his albums in the Smithsonian now.
It's got a Pulitzer.
But he also has an album that's in like a library or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean,
I think it's
I'm
the Library of Congress.
Okay, yeah. But I mean, I'm gonna listen to it, but I can't say that I'm excited. It's kind of like the Chronic syndrome, where it's an album that's been promised for so long.
Detox.
Yeah, Detox, and I don't know. You'll get it when you get it. I'm just not excited.
My whole
Sorry,
thing,
I'm trying to get Mike's attention.
Yeah, it's a whole lot
Yeah.
going on.
Sorry about that.
Smoke signals and shit.
It's like, Mike, pick up the fucking phone. Anyways.
Here's my question to you gentlemen. Who can you guys name any other artists that we can quote unquote say squandered away that limelight, that didn't take advantage of, being on the scene and getting to the point where the buzz is at the apex. It's like Exhibit A, Exhibit C. We were ready to go, and then everything just kind of died down. Can you guys think of anybody else that kind of falls in that category?
Yeah. Charles Hamilton. He definitely missed the boat. He was on fire for a minute. Had a couple good. He actually had like 2 dope ass mixtapes. Then he got the record deal. He dropped Brooklyn Girl, and then he got snuffed by a chick. Or did he really get snuffed?
No, I saw it. I saw the video. It was like Mary J. Blige's stepdaughter.
Yeah, she stole his ass.
Yeah, and then but then I also found out that he stole a beat from my man Black Spade. And like Black Spade had the stems and everything. It was like, yeah, he stole this.
There's somebody on the show that
said Jay
somebody
Electronica
stole some
did?
beats from.
No,
Oh,
Charles
Charles
Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Charles Hamilton.
Yeah.
Was he
somebody
more like
stole
an
some
R&B
beats from
cat or
somebody
did he
on
rap?
He was a rapper.
Yeah.
Black Spade.
Well,
just
Charles
dropped an
Hamilton
album.
was a rapper, but somebody stole some shit from one of the cats on our show. I'm just saying.
Charles Hamilton.
No,
Oh,
not Charles Hamilton.
yeah.
He's not
Don't
on
get
our
me
show.
started.
Yeah,
And a couple years ago, he put out something. I remember seeing him like on Jimmy Fallon with.
he just dropped the album last
Yeah.
year.
Oh, okay.
It was
Well,
either last year or like maybe last month or something. It might have been early this year.
Well, speaking of Black Spade, he actually did drop the Somethings and Nothings session.
yeah.
That I literally saw that today. So check
okay,
that out
yeah.
if you're familiar with Black Spade.
But now, who else y'all think missed the boat though?
I don't think anybody necessarily missed it as big as Jay Electronica did. I mean, even Charles Hamilton, that was like underground. You know, it wasn't as big. Like, I don't know.
Would you put Cannabis in that category? As someone who we had all these expectations for. Okay, the first album wasn't great, but still you're like, all right, he has all the potential in the world and just never fulfilled any of it.
He fucked up when he put on that chrome ass face paint
That didn't help.
and went to the awards with 𝐊𝐿 or some shit. That's where
Yeah.
he fucked up at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys ever think Jay Electronica never cared to be on the boat in the first place?
That's what I think, personally.
Yeah, me too.
He obviously don't care.
Yeah, I don't think he cares about it. I think he's putting out an album now because he wants to. I think that's the only reason why.
I bet he's written for a lot of people. I wouldn't be surprised.
That wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't be.
Some
I
people
don't know shit about him though. Sorry, Jay.
But some people like the toys, but they don't need them. So he's clearly been able to find a way to eke out an existence and be happy with his life without going to the award shows and having all the accolades and having the classic album that everybody has been waiting for. You know, some people just aren't built like that, and I'm not mad at him if that's really never really been his intention.
Yeah.
Some
I'm just not going to get excited about it.
No,
You know what
me
I mean?
neither.
And I think that's
because if
that's
it
the
doesn't
other side.
come in the next 35, 40 days, I'm not going to be surprised or disappointed.
Yeah.
I'm looking for. I am just because I like him. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
he's good at the craft of emceeing, exceptionally good at it. So
Yeah.
um,
Well, to Mike's.
but it's not like I'm. Oh my god. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, like it's one that I'm definitely gonna check for when it comes out.
Yeah. To Mike's point about artists that that are there any artists that maybe got some success but didn't get as much as you thought that they would?
Lupe Fiasco.
Like commercial success.
Just, well, I mean, however you want to manage it. I mean, you could say Lupe Fiasco has been successful, but we definitely thought he would be more successful when he came out the way he did with his first two albums.
What about like Odyssey?
I feel like he's still getting to that point, but
Yeah.
I think he's crazy successful for what he does. Yeah.
I guess defining success.
Like he can eat.
Well, I think it just means like, did you expect them to get bigger than what they are? That's all I mean. No, like somebody that comes to my mind is Blue. Like after Below the Heavens, I kind of expected Blue to kind of spiral up in a way that was more than what he has. It's not that he's had a bad career or put out horrible material or anything. It's just I kind of expected after Below the Heavens for like something like
I
a crazy,
agree
like a
with that.
crazy career after that. You know, he was that guy for a while. Like, oh shit, it's Blue in Exile. You know,
I agree with that 100%. I thought his trajectory after they dropped that album. You couldn't tell me he wasn't about to go through the roof. Cause I love that album. My homie Pete Sek put me onto that album. I thought he was through the roof as soon as that came out.
I know that's a tough one. Can't.
Mickey Fax.
Mickey Fax, yeah. Wale, maybe.
Wale, definitely.
But the thing is, Wale had a song that was like #1 for like 8 weeks straight.
Yeah, but his success hasn't been like consistent. You know, it's like it seems, and maybe it's just where we're at.
It might be where we're at because like On Chill is probably one of the biggest hip hop songs.
It was leading going into 2020.
It crossed over. Now it's even getting crazy spins on Urban AC record. I know it's an industry term, but you know what? I don't know what, he's got other songs that I thought should have done way bigger numbers. Like I've always thought, like, why isn't this guy a bigger, like we always name like Kendrick, Cole, Drake. Why isn't Wale right in there? Because
he has Seinfeld on his shit.
Yeah. So
he could be. I think that's why his name gets brought up though, because he could be in that conversation, but he just isn't.
I don't know if y'all are familiar, but there's an artist that was out by the name of XV.
Yeah, I know XV. He dropped a new tape late last year.
Yeah, but he had an album called Everybody's Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
That was really fucking good, and that was pretty much right around the time where like Kendrick and J. Cole and all them were catching steam, and he kind of just left it at that.
There were a handful of people around that time period that had potential to get over that hump and be huge, bigger than what they are, I guess, maybe, and didn't necessarily live up to it. I think somebody that stands out to me, even though he's had success, is Vic Mensa, because we all know Vic Mensa's name, but there was a time when Vic Mensa was bigger than Chance was.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, yeah.
And he was on a bigger, like it looked like the band that he was in, Kids These Days, was crazy good. And then he dropped the joint with Orange Soda and all that shit. And then Chance somehow came from nowhere and just blew the fuck up. But
I'm not even gonna lie. When I first heard Chance the Rapper, I thought it was the guys that were on the VH1 show. It was a dude named Chance on there, and his brother.
Oh damn! You talking about the
Stallionaires?
Stallionaires.
And I remember somebody was trying to tell me about Chance the Rapper. I was like, I'm not checking for anybody who used to try to date New York from
yeah, I remember that
from a VH1 show. I'm not here for that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I think the issue though with Jay Electronica is he had a taste of Erykah Badu. They say that changes your life.
You know she got a perfume coming out.
Yeah, it's supposed to smell like. Actually, I think it's incense.
No, it's supposed to be
Is it
like
a
perfume.
Perfume
Smells like that thing.
Okay.
Pussy perfume.
All right. Everybody's doing the pussy perfume.
Who else is doing it?
Gwyneth Paltrow released a pussy candle that sold out like immediately.
Ain't
It's
nobody
supposed to smell like her pussy.
Anyone want some balls candle? You know what I mean? Like,
I'm not gonna get that Erykah Badu perfume and have you dressing funny. And
I'm trying to tell you,
come with a crochet hat.
yeah,
Hey,
you mess around and have gloves made out of leaves and
You be in the front yard holding signs up to chicks.
polyester pants. No, I'm not doing that.
Using rocks as deodorant and shit.
No.
Hey, her perfume.
you don't like the smell of rocks, man?
Nah, man, trying to balance your
I like it
pH
when my-
balance with rocks.
Hey, man, I like it when my woman smells like some shale. You know what I mean?
And that
Walk
Erykah,
around
Silt.
that Erykah Badu, how you dressing like Lamont Sanford in 2020? Like
motherfucker have a puka shell necklace with a hat knitted by our homegirl
Melissa.
with a green scarf on and some Doc Martens.
Shouts to
And an unkept beard.
Yeah. Real patchy like a Anthony Hamilton style beard.
Oh,
don't do that, man. Don't do that.
You feel a certain way about that, Mike?
somebody just need to get him a Mach 5 back in the day. That's all it was.
But no, I think he just couldn't come back from that high, man. Because you think about all the dudes that Erykah Badu has fucked with. So you got Common, you got Andre 3000, you got
Jay
the
Electronica.
DOC,
The DOC.
and Jay Electronica. Electronica is the only one. Well, I can't DLC, but he was doing shit behind the scene because he doesn't have a voice like that, so he has an excuse. But Jay Elect doesn't have an excuse, man. That's got to be some bomb ass shit. Y'all gonna
keep me away from that perfume, fam. I'm not going.
I'm cool.
Maybe this is the way the world ends.
That's why water is wet. Telling you.
I'm talking about coronavirus. It's going to be this perfume. Badu.
Be careful, because the women that are up on game are going to buy that Erykah Badu perfume. And they're going to use it to their ability. They're going to be putting like, roots on people.
Why am I wearing earth shoes and goddamn why am I wearing a scarf? It ain't even cold like that.
It ain't even cold. Have on that big ass a Lenny Kravitz scarf.
Yeah, shouts to DJ Stylistic.
Why you shout out Stylistic?
He's the homie with the scarf, man.
Oh, stupid.
I'm just saying.
He always got a scarf on.
I'm cool.
I was just trying to figure out the connection in the conversation.
That's all. Jay Moore, I just need to know what the ticket is for that thing when it come out. Just let me know what the price is. I know you're gonna know the price point.
It might be priceless.
$69.99.
$69.99. That's what we gonna go with. Y'all, anybody else want to throw a bet in for how much this is gonna cost?
$69.69.
$69.69. Spool.
I don't know.
That's just gonna be
Spoolz is like, I'm not buying it.
It's gonna be $20.
I don't know, $100.
$100. Jay Diff.
Buy that shit at Marshalls.
Yeah, it's gonna be the.
It's gonna be the
new age Sex Panther.
How much though, bro? How much?
It's made with real panther.
I'm gonna go ahead and say
I hate long, man.
$3.65.
No, you'll be able to get it.
The price is right.
No, you'll be able to get it with that Kanye West cologne that they do sell at Burlington Coat Factory.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Locked up in the big plastic box. Get you a bottle of Youp. They got
I was like, first of all,
old school bottle.
It is $19.99. Why y'all got it locked up here like it's some fly shit?
Hey. Motherfuckers got.
If I was going to steal, I would not be in here trying to steal Chloe and Lamar perfume or whatever it is that they got in there.
You might be trying to steal that Erykah Badu though, because she put a root on a motherfucker.
Like I said, I don't want to be out here
root.
Wearing Birkenstocks with socks and
what kind of socks you gonna wear?
I mean, probably white socks. That's probably what in the rest of my outfit. Just be out here. That's how Erykah Badu will have you out here dressing.
Hey, have on some cut off corduroys.
Won't be with the ends frayed. Won't be me.
Hey, I'm telling you,
clogs,
some clogs, or probably some Crocs.
Maybe Crocs.
Yeah, Crocs is the new clogs, man.
Y'all see
you might have some flair on your Crocs too.
Y'all see Kanye Crocs?
I seen them.
Yeah, how stupid are those?
Hey, these hypebees gonna buy them motherfuckers.
They sure are. Yeah.
You gonna see somebody in the club with some fucking Crocs on. Mad because somebody spilled a drink on their wipe offs. Wipe that shit right the fuck off, man.
It's like, aren't they made of like plastic?
Yeah.
Shoes look like a spaceship from Halo.
Straight up.
Wow.
Made of this needs to be made of some earthy material, like
Kanye actually got a good
tree
fashion.
sap or something.
Kanye actually got a good fashion sense, but
does he?
I think he's talented.
He out here selling them executive homeless clothes. That is not good fashion.
Nah,
sense.
some of the stuff hit, man. Some of the shoes hit, but those
his shoes is on point. I give it to him on his shoes.
No, those first. I'm not even gonna lie. When I first saw them, I was like, I want to, because they look like sweatpants for your feet, and they look real comfortable. But then, like, I went to the store to just get some. And you got to get on a list and know somebody. And I was like, no, I'm not.
Nah, these Crocs, though, you can get these at low bills or something like that.
Nah.
Low bills.
I'm telling you. The hype is going to eat that shit up.
Shout out to low bills.
That shit going to be on StockX for double the damn price.
Bro, I just got a pair of these Kanye low bills Crocs. I'm
check
fresh
out this
to death.
drip.
I paid I paid my whole check for it.
The Dollar General joints.
Yeah, check the drip.
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
So yeah,
man.
if y'all wanna, young ladies out there, if y'all wanna,
Valentine's Day is coming up.
if your thing ain't hitting right, you might need to go ahead and cop some of that Erykah Badu perfume.
No, because that doesn't replace for washing.
No, I'm not saying washing.
Yeah,
no, we're not.
No, it's gonna smell like you didn't wash.
Yeah, you can have a perfectly balanced pH and not have a good thing that you sitting on. So when you buy that Erykah Badu shit,
He meant good in a different way.
yeah.
Oh, well, what the fuck is a candle gonna do for that?
Well, she doesn't have the candle. Gwyneth Paltrow has the candles.
So she's not even selling candles. She's just selling perfume.
Yeah.
This smells like.
That
Pussy.
thing.
I'm apparently not following whatever the fuck y'all are throwing.
Yeah, man.
So.
It's
It's all good.
just pussy scented cologne, perfume.
Yeah. Just get that bread ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
down there at the fish market.
I'm gonna tell
All
you.
right, let's move on. Let's move on.
I'm gonna tell you.
Jay Moore, I think it's Jay Moore's mission for us to
See?
lose a group of motherfuckers that support us every
So,
week.
regardless, perfume ain't gonna help.
Nah.
Good God.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Like,
It probably ain't. The thing is,
I saw something today that said you can't hide washing your ass with cologne.
No.
nah.
Well, I've known
That's-
that for a long
that's
time.
wisdom.
but-
No. I'm just saying. I read that literally in a tweet today, and I was like, it just made me
You'd be
think
surprised.
of that.
There are
It
people
made me
who
think
don't
of
know. They just think you can put.
yeah, they call it COD, cologne on dirt.
Well,
You gotta be clean with it, shit.
yeah.
No, I mean.
Oh boy.
Your essence gotta be right. You can't have your walk by wind smelling like shit. And
Or your sit down wind for that matter.
definitely not your sit down wind.
Quick question, Jay Diff. What's worse, walk by wind or sit down wind? Which one
I
has
mean, it
to be
depends, man.
Depends
On
where
point.
you're at.
It really depends, man. If you sitting,
Which one would you prefer?
I don't prefer either one. But if you're at a concert or a ball game or something, somebody come sit by you with some bad sit down wind, you're gonna be offended. But if you're at work and somebody kind of scoop by you, and they got that bad walk by wind, it might smell like
Metallic.
not
No,
metallic.
It's
like,
just straight
like
like
sweet booty or some
funk,
shit.
like and the thing is, it's really bad if you smell like that when it's cold outside, because the cold can kind of mask a level of funk.
Can it though?
I mean, like you
Heat certainly
supposed to,
brings
it
it
ain't
out.
hot.
yeah, summertime amplifies the funk.
That's definitely true.
But if you're musty and it's 12 degrees outside, then we've been able to smell you for a while, fam.
Yeah, pay
bad.
attention
It's
to them
bad.
people, the women and the dudes at work. They got them ironed ass khakis and it's shiny on the
Oh, yeah.
crease.
Yep.
They walk by wind price stink.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, like young G's out there, if you think you're getting by and you iron your jeans and that white smoke comes up, that means you need to wash those jeans.
Yeah. She got jelly stains and shit in it.
Like, they may look clean, they may not have stains on them, but they're dirty. Trust me.
Motherfucker been to the strip club letting motherfuckers grind all over in them same jeans.
That's a real sit down
It's like
win.
you might need to.
sit down win residue.
And you wonder why your jeans smell like Erykah Badu's perfume.
And
Let me
on that
toss
note,
That
those
might
in the
be doing
wash.
Erykah Badu a disservice saying she smell like a strip club.
True.
yeah.
I'm gonna give her
There's not that much baby oil in the mix.
Yeah.
So
Because I think
And
she
bad
might,
body
she might
works.
possibly be Mother Earth.
That's
Hey,
a fact.
that's what she say. She say she magical, man.
Seems to be.
Yeah.
All right, let's. We're about halfway through. Let's shout the partners out real quick.
And burn some sage.
Yep. Anybody got a lighter? We got some No Bad Ideas matches over, or not No Bad Ideas, some Indie City and Vinyl matches over there though. So shouts to our partners.
Spoolz said, I've had enough.
He
Had
said,
enough.
fuck this shit,
He
man.
about to go pre-order that thing from Erykah Badu.
I think Spoolz might have to take a shit.
Well, he's an adult, so he can do that.
All right, so shouts to our partners. Right off top, we have right here, Indie City and Vinyl has supplied us with a couple pieces of, couple records, couple pieces of wax for our raffles that we do on our Patreon. So if you want to get involved in that, it's $6 to sign up. It's a monthly thing. You support us through that. You get put in a raffle with, up to 10 other people. And so this month and last month, we're actually raffling off this Frank and Dank and Jay Dilla joint right here. And also the new Gangstar album. So
Quality record right here.
yeah. We also have a shirt around here somewhere, which is a Jay Dilla shirt that's actually goes with this Pay joint. So
There you go.
they go together. Now, also, with Indie City and Vinyl. They have we're going to showcase this too. Shouts to Annie and Carl and all them at Indie City and Vinyl. They included this with our little baggie today, and this is some coffee that some custom Indie City and Vinyl coffee. So make sure
you want to get involved with this.
Yeah, make sure you check them out at indiecityandvinyl.com. And
it's a donuts blend.
It is a donuts blend, which makes sense for the Dilla stuff. But yeah, they were ranked in the top 15 of all record and bookstores, I believe, in the nation recently. So they definitely do their thing over there. Great people. So make sure you check them out. Also, No Bad Ideas, as you can see. Well, maybe you can't see, but I'll grab a hat from behind me. But we have a handful of No Bad Ideas things around the show set, as you can see, and they've been supplying us, and they've actually been a supporter bringing down the band since 2014 or 15, I think, one of our first lo-fi socials. So
definitely
good deal. So big shouts to them. Also, Coleman Dental. Shouts to Dr. Coleman. If you're in Indianapolis area or you're traveling here and your teeth get messed up, or you just need some cleaning, or you don't want your mouth to smell like, the stuff we've been talking about, go see Dr. Coleman,
Mm-hmm.
and all that good stuff. And the number's behind me, but you can just go to colemandental.com and figure all that out. And, of course, Printfinity, headed by the CEO, or the owner, Jay Diff, over here. So if you
don't like CDO,
president, CEO, and owner.
If you need any printing needs or anything like that, screen printing, heat press, what you do, sublimation, all sorts of things. Check out printfinity.com. No vowels.
That's a big science word you just used there.
Science.
Did I?
Sublimation.
Sublime.
Sounds to sublime. But yeah, check out printfinity.com and you can, hit up the numbers or shout a number out and get yourself some t-shirts.
Word.
And of course, you're watching us on bringingdowntheband.com, so you know what it's about. So
indeed.
Let's transfer into the second half of topics that we have, which I have a list of 0. So what we're going to talk about is right now, within this week, we're kind of celebrating Jay Dilla a little bit. This is the time of year that we celebrate Dilla and his passing in, I believe, 2006?
Yes.
And so obviously not only did he pass away in February, that's when he released Donuts, the last project that he made. Do you guys have any specific, what I want to ask specifically is, this could be a broad question, but do you have any tracks specifically that you really fuck with? That from Dilla, or any projects or anything that stand out to you as like, wow, this is one of my joints that I go to? Or what's your favorite Dilla work or thing that he's a part of?
Baby by Guilty Simpson off of
Baby.
Yo, I love that record. I just feel like that's something. It's almost something you can play like at the end of the night at a space where there's some heads and people who know hip hop, like, because it's almost on some Mac and shit.
Yeah.
And it's not really what the majority of his music was, but Thelonious. I mean, that's pretty much untouchable.
That's where my name comes from.
That's a fact.
Yeah. So, and of course, like,
not Sean Lonegevity.
I gotta go with 𝗏𝗏.
But the light, I mean, it's something that actually made it onto the radio and was probably his biggest hit. I mean, it seems simple, but it was a great record, because there had been other people who tried to flip that before, and it just didn't work. The way he flipped it with Common on the Like Water for Chocolate album, I mean, the Like Water for Chocolate album was like kind of his, like, okay,
Magnum
this is
opus.
if you don't know about Jay Dilla,
now you do.
Go to that record. Or Lab Cab California, and I wasn't up on him as a producer and a name. This is when he was still going by JD.
Yeah.
And he did remixes off that record that were just crazy. So, I mean, there's sections of Dilla, outside of the stuff that everybody talks about that are just incredible.
What about you, Brad?
So Far to Go is my favorite of his, I think. He produced that on Common's album.
Yep.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
With D'Angelo on it.
Yep.
There's actually, I think, 2 versions of that song.
There is.
There are.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
2 versions. Both are dope. It's
Yeah.
the same beat, but
because the version on The Shining is different than the one that's on Common's album. I can't remember the name of the album it was on.
Is it like a different verse, or is it just
The verses are different. The arrangement's a little changed up a little bit.
a little. But yeah, the verses are
subtly?
yeah.
Yeah.
But they almost one kind of refers to the other, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the second one does a little bit. I'll be serious, like super honest. When he passed, I wasn't even being a hip hop head then too. You know, like I wasn't that familiar with him at the time. I was one of those folks that had to kind of go back and be shown shit.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, like I didn't know he did running
Yeah.
before he passed. You know,
Most people didn't.
Yeah, most people didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Won't Do is
Won't Do.
definitely one of
Yeah.
my favorites.
You talk about
Won't
End of
Do
the
and
Night
Knock
joints.
Chopper. Yeah. Those are probably my two favorite Dilla joints.
his beat "Stop" on Donuts is
Yep.
really dope.
Stop and think about
Light
what
Works
you
is
do.
dope.
Yeah.
I actually
That's more
chopped
of a-
that up.
Upbeat.
But I
People.
but I also loved Fantastic Voyage Volume 2. So Climax
Fantastic Voyage, is that what it's called?
was it? I might be having that wrong, but the one with Climax and Tell Me What
This
You
is
Want.
Fantastic Volume.
Fantastic
Yeah.
Voyage.
Fantastic Voyage is Coolio.
Yeah, so I was like,
yeah,
I think
That's
this
his
is
shit.
yeah.
Y'all really gonna sit there and Coolio shame my man?
Yeah, Coolio did not work with Jay Dilla, not that we know of. You never know.
Dilla definitely ain't produced that.
Man, don't sit here and shame Coolio. Y'all know good and well y'all was riding around listening to Coolio.
Gangsta's
Absolutely.
Paradise, and there's
Y'all
like
was
one other
listening
joint.
to it.
Look, when he was with WC,
It Takes a Thief is a dope
WC in
album.
the Mad Circle. Come on, let's not act like Coolio didn't have a run.
But
I'm
I
down
don't
with the
think
mad ass you know who. Come on, man.
I have to triple check just because my mind's, you never, every once in a while, but I'm pretty sure it's not called Fantastic Voyage.
He did the Kenan and Kel song.
I was thinking of
What's
something
that?
else, but
He did the Kenan and Kel song.
That's true.
Coolio
Yeah.
did.
Coolio. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just fantastic.
No, It Takes a Thief is actually not a bad album at all.
Fantastic Volume 2.
the Fantastic, yeah. But
This was pre Dangerous Minds and
Yeah.
Gangster's Paradise. Yeah.
But Dilla, I mean, he had a song with D'Angelo on that record when D'Angelo wasn't doing records with people. He had a song with Corrupt on that record, Forth and Back.
Yeah.
He's got so many records, man, and he's
Yeah.
got so many beats. Like, I thought that I knew Dilla beats because I remember back in like 2006 or 7, on torrents, like I found a
Oh yeah,
huge like
Jay Loves Japan. I don't even think that came out.
Well,
It
was
came
a
out,
foreign-
but by the time it came out, I already had it for like a year.
the joints that I had were from beat tapes that he would send people.
Yeah,
And so, like, I still haven't heard a lot of these beats on anywhere. But even so, like, you can go to YouTube and listen to joints. I'm like, I don't even remember them. I don't even know if I have some. I thought I had a thorough Dilla collection. But to Brad's point, I was kind of, and then I'll go to you, Terry, real quick. But I was the same way to an extent. Like, I knew of Jay Dilla. I was literally learning about him when he died. So when he died, I was like, oh, shit. And I remember I was in a group called Quality. It was a hip hop group, and myself and another dude in the group, shouts to 𝗀𝗍𝗲. He knew about Slum Village already, and so he kind of got me hip to game a little bit. But the interesting part about Dilla is that I was a fan of him without even knowing him, because Like Water for Chocolate has been my favorite album since it came out, and still is. And I didn't know he did it. Like, I was one of those people that liked Electric Circus when people were like, this is trash. What is this?
me too.
And I still like it. And it's one of those things. So I've been a fan of him for a long time. I didn't realize the extent of what he had done until he passed.
Do you think he was at the time? Because I remember when he did pass, my buddy Will, shouts my man Will Tetmeyer, came up and was like, dude, Jay Dilla passed. And I was like, who? He was like, oh, Jay Dilla, he did da-da-da. But what a lot of people always said, and I just had to be reminded of who Jay Dilla was. But the Tribe Called Quest stuff is what seems to, like, I think when he first passed is what that's what I recall everybody saying, at least. Oh, he produced for Tribe on that fourth album, I think.
You know what yeah, he did. He was in the
Yeah.
later years with the and all that shit. But
Beats Rhyme Life.
I wonder if that's what made him as, like,
well, the interesting thing about that is if you talk to certain people in certain circles, they'll say that Tribe started falling off when Dilla came on.
I've heard people say that.
In my opinion, the beats got better. So, it just is what it is.
That was more of an internal thing too. Like if anybody watched the documentary,
yeah,
and kind of seen the backstory of what was going on with Tribe, had nothing to do with the beats. Because I mean, the way that he chopped and did samples and like gave you his pretty much lifeblood through music was different than anybody else was doing it.
I mean, he was working with Q-Tip too,
right?
So it's
Q-Tip worked with him on Amplified after that.
Yeah,
You know, like a lot of Amplified is Dilla. You can hear the Dilla in it.
I think did Let's Ride. I want to say that's a Dilla.
Let me look that up.
Who produced?
Yeah, he did that one.
Vibrant Thing.
No, that wasn't. That
was
wasn't.
Tip.
him.
Did Tip produce that one?
I think that's Tip. The stuff that's really, really repetitive, is typically Q-Tip. That's just his style, kind of. Like,
Although his album, The Renaissance, I think he produced a lot of that too.
Yeah,
It's incredible.
I can't.
I think he did Move. I love the
He did.
Maja song that he the season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, it was post-mortem, unfortunately, but I always thought that was dope.
I mean, even the shit that he did for Erykah Badu, which was post-mortem, when it actually released.
Didn't you know it was when he was alive?
That was, but like songs.
Did you guys hear the story about that? Yeah, so apparently the story goes, I read, it was somebody wrote it out. I think Talib shared it on Twitter early, like 2008 or 9 or something, or maybe it was something else. I don't know. But the story goes with that is that to work with Dilla, apparently you had to go to Detroit a lot of times. And so Erykah was in Detroit. Watch me be butchering this. You know, House Shoes will see this and like try to, threaten me or some shit. But shouts to House Shoes. But apparently, like, they came there and they just picked a record out, and Dilla just dropped the needle on it, and that was the sample that came up. And he made that beat for Didn't You Know in like 15 minutes.
Wow,
that's incredible.
So
they said he was like could make amazing shit in like 5 minutes.
I mean, he was working up until he had the beat machine in the
literally
hospital.
in the hospital. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I learned a ton more about him after he passed than, unfortunately, than when he was actually around.
And the thing is, like,
but that's just the kind of dude he was, though. He
Yeah.
was kind of a low key type guy.
Like my crew in St. Louis, which is once again shout out to Black Spade, my man James Biko. Like, we were kind of like praying at the altar of Dilla then before he died, just because we knew about those beat tapes. And that, like, some people can remember where they were when Pac died or when Big died. I remember exactly where I was when I found out Jay Dilla had passed away. Like, I was in when he was still in his first apartment. Like, I think it was James Biko when he was DJ Needle. Shout out to him, his studio. And then we saw it come across and we tried to look it up on Wikipedia. Yeah. And then, like, at first it was, this is how the days of the internet at this time. At first it said he had, because nobody knew he was sick like that. Well,
unless you went to a show and you saw him on a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Because he did do that.
Yeah. But, because it had some other rumor about how you passed, and I'm not even going to put out there. And then it's like we hit refresh, and then it said it was lupus. So it was that kind of shock. Yeah. And, because we were like, man, this guy was the man. And so, like, in my mind, he was already a legend, because that's when, and it was around that time when Ninth Wonder was hit. I was also, like, scouring the internet for anything Ninth Wonder had done. Mm-hmm. And if you would look up Ninth Wonder stuff, you'd also find all this stuff by Jay Dilla as well. So,
well, here's another random story. If you would think back to Little Brother, on Little Brothers, the minstrel show, there's a song with Elzhi on it, right? Mm-hmm. And you know how rapper Big Pooh has a full verse, and then Elzhi and Fonte trade off. That first verse was supposed to be Pooh and Dilla trading off.
Wow.
Yeah. And apparently
Hiding Places, I think.
Hiding Places. Yeah, Pooh told that story on something. But if you listen to it, you can literally hear Pooh shout Dilla out in the verse. So
that's wild.
But that he couldn't travel at that point in time or something. So
if you haven't watched Hip Hop Evolution, like, they got some newer episodes and they talk about the super producers, and they do a real nice kind of tribute and a little bit of history about Dilla and the city of Detroit. So definitely check that out if you haven't done so already.
Dilla's got a record with Elzhi called "Love It Here."
Yeah.
It's Smokey Robinson flip. That's one of my personal favorites.
Yeah.
Like, if you if you listen to that and try to go back and try to do that from a producer standpoint, like, he chopped the hell out that record. Like, that's one of my personal favorites. Is "Love It Here."
We got Terry. What'd you say? I don't remember.
Knock Chopper and damn, what was the other one I said?
Oh, Won't Do.
Won't Do. Yeah.
Won't Do's tough. You know
I
what
said Baby with Guilty Simpson.
Yeah, that's what Jay said. You know what I like, man? I like a lot of Dilla's original production. And what's the one that's like bum bum MC squared?
Yeah,
That's
a dope
Got the Moog bass line.
Yeah.
What's really cool about Dilla, the reason why he expands so far for producers, that not only was he good at sampling, could he flip samples really dope, he actually could play drums, and he could play original stuff too. Like most of his bass lines are him, you know, and he was kind of he taught 𝗀𝗲 how to. 𝗀𝗲 has a story on. There's a Red Bull Music Academy interview. I've got all the stories today. He's got an interview with the Red Bull Music Academy, and 𝗀𝗲 talks about the first time he heard Jay Dilla like his music, and he was like, I didn't know I was allowed to do that. And he was like, at the same time, Lord, the kick or the snares were on the 4, the 2 and the 4. And, you know, he's like, it sounded like the kick was played by like a drunk 6-year-old, and the stuttering and all that stuff. And what Dilla did was he turned the quantize off. That's what the difference was. Like while most producers kept quantize on and it would stay on, he just turned it off, and it was just like the raw feel of it. So if you go back and listen to his stuff, it's like, man, why do I like his stuff so much? The reason is probably, especially from that era, because not a ton of producers did it back then, is this has got a natural funk. It's got a natural like swing to it.
It's like the mistakes were left in.
Yeah, intentionally.
Yeah.
You know,
when the technology was there for things to be so perfect.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. And one thing and something that I teach my students even is like, you know, like if you don't have to be quantized, like you don't have to quantize your stuff, but you want to quantize the elements that are going on. So if your bass line's dragging a little bit, cool. When it comes and wraps back around, have it quantize on the 1 when the kick hits. You know, so you
that
can
actually
be
gives
out
it
of
life, because if you're thinking about a actual band playing, they're keeping time themselves. It's not programmed.
Yeah.
So it's gonna
feels
be off
perfect time
here and there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that also gives you that warmth. But I actually have a record out of Jay Dilla's collection. When his mom actually put some of his records up for sale, and like it was kind of like a draw what you were going to get, but it came with like a certificate of authenticity.
Yeah.
That it was actually out of Jay Dilla's collection, something that he
That's
went
dope.
dug for and bought. I don't think it's anything that he used, but it's kind of cool that I actually got something that he went out and dug for.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's very cool. I remember I bought a 45 off Donuts that wasn't on Donuts. It was like a extra joint. I got it around here somewhere. I played it. I probably shouldn't have, but
I have a sealed copy of some remix. I think Runnin' and some remixes that he did. Just a 12-inch.
Yeah, him and Proof did drop apparently. I think we talked about that a few weeks ago, but yeah, I still have J-Lib non-sealed. I like J-Lib a lot.
Oh yeah.
You know, or the Champion Sound, like that's got some heat on it. Like even the remixes are dope on that.
And I just remember like all that stuff was this is when like the infancy of just all the file sharing and stuff, when I was probably giving my computer herpes by downloading stuff.
You definitely did from LimeWire,
because I remember getting like having a version of J-Lib before it was actually available to buy, and I was just so happy to have it, you know, because I just wanted anything that had Jay Dilla's name on it.
Yep.
You know, it could be a half finished beat, but I wanted to have it.
Yep. I can 100% relate to that. So, what about his rap? Do you guys fuck with his rapping at all? Because that's one of those. Some people really like him as a rapper.
He snapped on 𝗏𝗏,
and some people.
I felt like.
Yeah, he
on
did.
the low.
Not even like this stuff that he did even on the.
He spit fire like Esther and Sanford Son did.
You know, so
I'm raw, dude. Want more juice than sun kiss.
I got love for him as an MC.
I think he had a great rap voice.
Right.
You know, like and his lingo and his rap voice were his strong suits. He wasn't the greatest, in my opinion, he wasn't the greatest MC, right?
I think you could tell he was from Detroit.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely.
For sure.
But he was, that doesn't take away from the fact that he was a good MC. You know, like, but if we go on the contrast about him and Madlib always get compared together. Just one, because they work together, and because their sounds are kind of similar in their own way. I mean, they're not, but they are. But if you're going to compare like rappers like Madlib versus Jay Dilla's a way better rapper than Madlib, in my opinion.
𝗏𝗲𝘄
PJ.
But it's a little bit of a
Quasimodo's a little annoying.
It is, but it's cool at the same time, 𝗀𝗄, have you guys heard 𝗀𝗄? The album that came out. I had 𝗀𝗄 like 3 years before it came, like they released it. It's when he was going to rap over a bunch of other producers' beats. And it was just sitting, had label issues or some shit. So, but it's dope.
But then I remember they put out, I want to say it's called Jay Stay Paid. It was like a compilation of all
or maybe
the
that's
stuff.
what that is.
It was a compilation of stuff that he had produced.
Okay.
So they put like Didn't You Know and The Light.
Okay, yeah.
Some of the stuff on the far side.
Lots of J's and P's, so I'm confused.
Yeah, I mean, I can
I
see.
also have a sealed copy of The Light.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
That was probably his biggest Well, Didn't You Know was big too, though.
They were my buddy Adam. Shout to rest in peace to Adam. They were his, man. They're old and original. Sealed.
No, I think The Light is really what pushed like Water for Chocolate into being that gold, into that gold category.
Running was
gold.
big too, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It was big, but that was delicious vinyl. They had a whole bunch of issues.
But
at
during
that point.
that era when that track came out,
Yeah, oh no, I remember that was 95.
That was like real. I mean, I'm sure it sold probably gold, platinum that year because that's when people was actually buying shit.
records.
Yeah.
At least a single. You know what I'm saying?
And then did he do Drop? Who did Drop? I don't know if they did.
thought
Drop.
he did
So
drop.
him and Proof did drop. So
Okay.
I was
You
there's
did
a-
just say that.
There's a Rhythm Roulette episode that you can watch with Denon Porter, who's from Detroit, and he kind of grew up in Detroit.
D12.
He's in D12, yeah, but he grew up with Dilla and Proof, and he talks about them doing 15-minute beat sets, him, Proof, and Dilla. And he said, and he paused halfway through, and he turned around and said, you know what? That's how Drop got made. He was like, Proof reversed the sample for this, which turned into Drop by the Far Side. So even if Dilla's name on it, apparently Proof has something to do with it.
That's wild.
That video was silly.
Did he do your mama?
Was that on the I think it might have been the previous album.
That was
I
on
don't
their
know.
first album.
Was
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
that was on Bizarre Ride. I think he just did shit on Lab Cabin.
Gotcha.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. That was on Bizarre Ride. Bizarre Ride 2, The Far Side. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't say.
Yeah, I don't think he did that one.
Passing Me By.
But no, it's just Dilla, man. If you get a chance, there's Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
Tells a story about him listening to Rough Draft, and he didn't really know Dilla's work until after he had passed, and he just has this real emotional response to like when he was walking through the mountains and listening to Jay Dilla records, and it's incredible because from someone who's from a complete different genre of music, here's Jay Dilla, for the first time and just in this real existential space and just has this incredibly emotional response to it. It's something if you're a Dilla fan, you should definitely check out. Look up Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers, talking about his love for Jay Dilla.
I give it to the Red Hot Chili Peppers though, because like even their first album that was released, Sex Magic.
That was their first big album.
There was one.
First, that's
there was
what I'm
some
saying. That
before
was
that.
released.
Blood Sugar,
Sex
Magic, yeah.
That was actually what's his name had some credits on that. George Clinton.
I think it was George Clinton did some of their earlier stuff when they did Higher Ground. They did a remake of Higher Ground.
Freaky Styly. And
Yeah,
shit
I'm
like
not
that.
sure if he had anything on Blood Sugar Sex Magic.
I think he had some not necessarily
badass album,
produced
Okay.
things, but I think he had like some maybe executive producer like
Yeah.
credits on there.
That album's awesome.
Did you guys know that the video for Won't Do is Illa J rapping Jay Dilla's verses?
Mm-mm.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So if you watch that video, that's actually Illa J, and shouts to Illa J because he has turned into his own artist and he's actually really dope
Yeah.
in his own right.
Certainly.
Has a lot of really, really dope music that I really enjoy. So,
Hey, shout out to the real quick because I know we're running out of time. The releases that came out. We had D Smoke.
it's called Black
Habits.
Black Habits, yeah.
Black Habits.
Vidon produced it, right?
No, Vidon's separate.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a different project.
Mhm.
And it's called Black Mass, I believe.
Yeah. He had features on that one from
Quite a few people.
Quite a few people, yeah, definitely. He had Dave East. He had 38 Special.
Yeah.
All those cats from that camp. But yeah, that D Smoke was interesting because it's very good, but it's very Kendrick-esque.
I agree.
So to speak.
Yeah.
And what was the other one?
Well,
CRE, yeah.
The Kid, but I think that's actually came out earlier this year. I could
Did
be
it?
wrong. Yeah, I could be wrong, but
What was the V-Dub project that just dropped?
called Black Mass.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I think so. So, all right. With the music that you hear in the background by Maja 7th, off of his Marvin project, that's going to wrap it up for the New Old Heads episode 172. So make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, bitch.
Whores.
Thank you all.